Vicki Gunvalson is spilling the tea behind former RHOC co-star Tamra Judge's estrangement from her daughter Sydney. This has been immensely hard for Tamra, who has touched on this topic for several seasons. Though she has briefly shared her side of the story, Vicki is putting it all out on the table. Keep reading for all of the details. Tamra Judge was married to Simon Barney when she began on RHOC in Season 3. She had a grown son, Ryan Vieth, from her first marriage. With Simon, Tamra had 3 young children, Sydney, Spencer, and Sophia, but decided she wanted a divorce at the end of Season 5. Within a few seasons, it came out that Sydney, Tamra's eldest daughter, moved out to live with her father, Simon, and never looked back. Tamra was invited to Sydney's graduation, but they became estranged again shortly thereafter. At the beginning of Season 18, Tamra's youngest daughter, Sophia, was brought back since she is 18 and didn't need Simon's consent. Spencer and Sophia are not on good terms with their dad or Sydney and have been with Tamra all along. She still holds out hope that Sydney will come back, but now, the OG of the OC, Vicki Gunvalson, is spilling the tea on the estrangement. According to Reality Tea, the insurance mogul shared what went down on her podcast, My Friend, My Soulmate, My Podcast. Vicki started with this. She then went on to allege Sydney had some requests for Tamra, which she did not follow through on. More so, Vicki Gunvalson suggested that maybe Tamra Judge chose her third husband, Eddie Judge, over her children, and that stung some. Finally, she told Tamra to go apologize for her wrongdoings and fix her mistakes. When followers heard what Vicki Gunvalson had said about Tamra Judge and Sydney, they were shocked. Immediately, Tamra's phone began to blow up, so she made a video in response to what Vicki had to say. She made it clear that Vicki has her own problems with her children, so maybe she should not be speaking about others. So what did followers have to say? They did not want to see Tamra saying anything until her face had healed from her latest cosmetic procedure, but many agreed with Vicki. Looks like RHOC fans are still on Team Vicki after all of this time. Do you think it was okay what she exposed about Tamra and her daughter? Let us know and watch the show Thursdays on Bravo. Vicki Gunvalson spills the tea behind Tamra's estrangement from daughter. The Untold Story reality television is known for its dramatic twists and emotionally charged storylines, and few series embody this better than the Real Housewives of Orange County, RHOC. Over the years, the show has delivered countless unforgettable moments, from extravagant parties to fiery confrontations. However, one of the most heartbreaking and controversial narratives involves Tamra Judge's estrangement from her daughter, Sydney Barney. For years, fans of the show have speculated about the reasons behind their strained relationship, but it wasn't until Vicki Gunvalson, Tamra's former best friend and fellow RHOC alum, decided to spill the tea that some of the missing pieces came to light. Setting the stage, Tamra's strained relationship with Sydney. To understand the full extent of the drama, it's essential to revisit the history between Tamra and her daughter. Sydney is the eldest child of Tamra and her ex-husband, Simon Barney. After Tamra and Simon's tumultuous divorce in 2011, the family was divided. Tamra gained custody of their 3 children, Sydney, Spencer, and Sophia, but tensions between Tamra and Sydney escalated to a breaking point, ultimately leading to Sydney choosing to live with Simon full-time. This decision was devastating for Tamra, who has been vocal on RHOC about her pain and heartbreak over the situation. Fans of the show have seen Tamra grapple with the fallout, often breaking down in tears during emotional moments on screen, pleading for reconciliation. Despite this, Sydney remained silent on the matter for years, choosing to live her life out of the spotlight. That is, until 2017, when Sydney took to Facebook to publicly air her grievances, accusing her mother of neglect, narcissism, and betrayal. The post sent shockwaves through the RHOC fandom, as it painted a much darker picture of Tamra than what viewers had seen on screen. Enter Vicki Gunvalson, the former BFF turned frenemy. Vicki Gunvalson, who was a founding cast member of the Real Housewives of Orange County, has had a roller coaster relationship with Tamra over the years. At their peak, the two women were best friends, with their larger-than-life personalities making them an unstoppable force on the show. But as is often the case in reality TV, friendships rarely last forever, and by the later seasons, Tamra and Vicki's relationship had become strained due to various personal and professional conflicts. One of the key moments in their falling out was Vicki's involvement in a cancer scam involving her then-boyfriend Brooks Ayers, which Tamra vehemently opposed. By the time Vicki exited RHOC after season 14, her friendship with Tamra was in tatters. But Vicki, never one to shy away from stirring the pot, wasn't done making headlines. In a surprising turn of events, Vicki decided to spill some tea about Tamra's personal life, specifically regarding her estrangement from Sydney. The tea spilled. Vicki's version of Evanson, an interview on a popular podcast. Vicki Gunvalson didn't hold back when the topic of Tamra's estrangement from Sydney came up. While Vicki expressed some sympathy for her former friend, she also hinted that there was much more to the story than Tamra had let on. According to Vicki, Tamra's behavior during her divorce from Simon played a significant role in driving a wedge between her and Sydney. Vicki claimed that Tamra's decision to put her personal life on display for RHOC was one of the key factors that led to Sydney pulling away from her mother. "I think Sydney felt exploited," Vicki said. "Tamra was so focused on being a reality TV star and chasing fame that she forgot about what was important, her family. Sydney didn't want any part of it. She didn't want to be on the show, and I think she resented her mom for trying to bring her into that world." This revelation wasn't entirely new to fans, as Sydney herself had expressed similar sentiments in her 2017 Facebook post. She had accused her mother of prioritizing the show over her family and violating her privacy by constantly talking about their personal issues on camera. However, hearing Vicki, someone who had been close to Tamra for years, confirm these claims added a new layer of credibility to Sydney's allegations. But Vicki didn't stop there. She went on to suggest that Tamra's behavior behind the scenes was even worse than what viewers saw on TV. According to Vicki, Tamra was often manipulative and controlling, which may have contributed to her fractured relationship with Sydney. "Tamra always wanted to be in control," Vicki said. "She would try to control the narrative, not just on the show but in her personal life too. I think Sydney got tired of it and just wanted to live her life without her mom constantly interfering." Tamra's response is expected. Tamra didn't take kindly to Vicki's comments. In true RHOC fashion, Tamra clapped back on social media, accusing Vicki of exploiting her personal pain for attention. "Vicki will do anything to stay relevant," Tamra wrote in an Instagram post. "She's never cared about me or my family. All she cares about is making herself look good, even if it means throwing me under the bus. My relationship with my daughter is none of her business." Tamra also took the opportunity to address some of the claims Vicki made during the podcast interview. She acknowledged that her time on RHOC had impacted her family, but denied that it was the sole reason for her estrangement from Sydney. "There were a lot of factors that contributed to my relationship with Sydney breaking down."